Hey guys, I'm in the cockpit engine compartment below the sole of the cockpit. So towards the stern, back here where all the turning quadrant is. And so I wanted to just really briefly tell you where I'm at now and how things are progressing, because right now I'm ready to, after I get out of here, out of this tight space, I'm going to be calling Ray Marine, or at least booting up my chart plotter, and then get that done, because that's got to be done first before we can program and set the autopilot, because it goes through the chart plotter. So basically, pretty much, I guess, my understanding. But that's why I've got Ray Marine people that I can call, the techs. So anyways, to turn you around here, I've tell you what I've done. Okay, so let me see here. Why do I feel like it's upside down here? So anyways, here we go. So I don't want to be too close here. So I guess I'm gonna, let me do it a different way. I'm gonna way here, sorry, for right now, but because I can see, because I can't turn my head around. So here, right here, the last thing I had to do was put this lovely rudder locator sensor, and I had to cut this steel rod. This has to be parallel to midship, so the rudder in the middle, and this is what's gonna tell the autopilot where the rudder is. So it is at parallel, and as best I can. I can't do anything different. There is a slight little angle on it, but nowhere near what it used to be. The people that put it in, there was a lot of strain on it. So that part was the thing I just finished. I just cut this and put it on there. And now it's all wired, so that's all good to go. So the other thing that I've done, and now I can turn it back around. So the other thing that I've done is the shelf. The wire is a mess down here, but that's going to be straightened out, because I've straightened out the wire there. Look at that nice thing right there. That looks good to me. So just gonna coil up some wires here. It's just from the excess wire from the motor. So the autopilot is on the bracket. The bracket is on the bulkhead. It is bolted down, as you can see. And then let me come out a little bit, or maybe I'll just, let me pause it, and then I'll be back. Okay, so we're back. And I'm in a better position to at least see what I'm pointing at and stuff, so without losing my glasses here. I'm telling you, this is a tight space. I'll be so glad when I'm done with this. But right here is the arm, okay, for the autopilot. This nice linear motor autopilot. And so it is hooked to the pin back there, where my finger is, right there, that pin that drops through that bronze tiller arm extender, and we're at midship, and so I can't turn anything from down here, so I can't show you anything, but because it's too hard to turn these cables. So this is the steering cable, just to give you an idea. This is my quadrant I've been talking about. Okay, my rudder post is up there. It goes down through the boat, goes through that rubber coupling. Okay, and it's got packing in it. It keeps the water from coming in there. So turning back around, the wires go around that quadrant, and then they go on these pulleys, and they go up there part of the way, up in this hollow area, which is the pedestal, and on the pedestal is my big steering wheel you see. So, but mine is chain driven, so it switches to chain driven up there inside. The cable is just for down here to turn this quadrant. Okay, so yay, we are at the point to call Ray Marine this afternoon and see if I can get this thing up and running. So the shelf is not crooked, it's my camera is crooked. So if I straighten it out, okay, it's a little bit better. But anyways, so it's done. It's wired, everything's wired. All I gotta do is just straighten up these two little wires here and coil them up and wire tie them together, and I am done. Okay, because I'm gonna hold this up with wire ties, but that's done. I put this little protectant down here for the shelf. This cable does not move. This is this mechanism for is this my throttle? I think this one's my throttle, and the other one is the shifting. So that's shifting cable, that's throttle cable, this one here. So it doesn't move, it stays, but vibration of the boat and everything, I just wanted to put this protectant around it, and I may get a short piece of hose and put in there just to keep it from not chafing on this shelf right here. So that's what I'll do to finish that up. But I don't know how to feel right now about how far I've come and doing something that, turn you around, sorry. So I'm excited about this whole thing finally getting to this point. Now I just hope it works after all the equipment I've had to put together and all the blood, the sweat, and the tears that I've had to endure doing this, basically pretty much myself. Two mechanics walked away basically and not coming back they just didn't feel it was something they were capable of doing, which is fine. Everybody has to know their limits, and that's fine. And I tell you what, I thought it was my limit too. But as you can see, look how far I've come. Look what I've done. And I've had help from afar, and that's with Steve at Pacific Seacraft, who owns Pacific Seacraft, who is the manufacturer of this boat, the owner and president of the company. And he has been, so helpful in so many things of this project, and giving me some information because he knows these boats. He builds them. He knows them. What better person to have, on your call list? So, yeah. And he's a wonderful guy. I'll tell you what, he is an awesome guy. And so I am happy, but I'm kind of like, oh my God, now I'm moving on to the next stage, and hopefully, that is, this all comes together because, it's sea talk, the wiring, and, dry run, I can turn the wheel and it works, but, now we just got to make sure everything talks to each other and everything understands each other, and it knows how to program itself. So, but anyways, this is where I'm at, down in the engine compartment, and hopefully to get out of here, and then call Ray Marine. get my chart plotter ready to boot up and get it programmed, and maybe they can help me walk me through it, I'm sure I'm going to have to update it first. So have them help me. I just haven't had time to read all the literature that they've sent me. You know, they were good about sending me the update instruction, owner manual, but I'm bad. I haven't had time to sit down there and read it. I've had too much on my mind. I'd rather somebody just tell me and walk me through it and be done with it. Because I know how to use the chart plotter, because I had a chart plotter like this. This is just a new advanced chart plotter. Okay, does much more stuff. And that's why the autopilot's going to work with this chart plotter, because it's integrated to know this autopilot. So it's going to work with it. So I can be able to control the autopilot now from the chart plotter, which I wasn't able to with my old chart plotter. So, yeah. So I'm going to let you guys go and keep watching. We'll see how this all turns out. And we'll just keep going. And hopefully I will get out of here by April. First week of April. Or at least by the weekend of that first week. So, catch you later. And thanks for watching. And thanks for being such a great support. And, and keep hanging in there. And we'll get through this. Thanks. Bye. Okay, hi, I'm back again. So, same day here. What day is it? Thursday of the week. So, anyways, I'm out here enjoying the sun. The sun is so nice, even though it's late in the day. I think it's after 5. So, I think it's well after 5. It's probably 5:30, almost 5:45. So, I have chucked my chart plotter, my Axiom 9, down below, and it has picked up every piece of equipment I have added. So it sees it. It sees my autopilot. It sees the sensor core locator. It sees, what was the other one I put on there? Oh, the control head out here. So it sees that, the PS70. So that is good. So then I come out here and turned on the new chart plotter, the Pro S, and it sees everything too. The only thing that doesn't show up is my radar, because I have to reauthorize it to see it. So in other words, I have to search for it and then put in the password code. So that's the only reason the new chart plotter doesn't see it, because it's new, doesn't know that it exists. So yeah, so I'm going to turn you around. And it was a little, before I turn you around, it was a little eventful. The rudder locator sensor arm thing, it broke off from the pivot point on the quadrant, and when I was dry running it, just turning the wheel here, and I thought I was going to have to get a new one. I didn't know. I called Ray Marine, and they said they've never seen it pop out. I think it came to the end. At first I thought I made it too short, the rod, you know, when I had to tell you I had to cut the rod that goes in between the 2 points, the arm and the pivot point tiller. So I just moved the tiller point in some to make up for if I did cut it short. And I ran it back through the dry run again, and it's fine. It shouldn't pull out anyways, because once I set the parameters, it's each side, port side and starboard are going to be a little shy of hitting the stop plate. So that's fine. I knew it was going to lose a certain degree of turning radius with this autopilot. So I probably had lost some with the other one too. So that's cool. It's just, it's probably this much I'm losing in degrees. It's probably minute. So then I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you that the system is upgrading here. I've got several of the things upgrading on here that I have. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let me see if I can get it at an angle where the sun's not shining in there. So this is my new lovely 12 Pro S, okay, 2 chart plotter. And I just went through the final, the first few steps of programming it, getting it so it's on English language, knows my boat, sailboat, sizes and stuff like that. So right now it is upgrading, okay? It's updating, and all these, which that is the Axiom 12 Pro 2 here, Pro 12 or 2 or whatever S. It's upgrading. Then it'll go and upgrade the other accessories I have that needed to be upgraded or updated. So it's downloading, you can see, and I'm doing it via Wi-Fi, which is via my Starlink. My mini Starlink is doing this. So kind of cool to have your own internet access on your sailboat. And the Starlink is right now is just on mobile, local shore, coastal area. When I go offshore, before I go offshore any distance or anything, I will change it to a different program, which costs more, but it allows you to have access to weather, things like that. I won't use it for downloading movies or watching movies and all that kind of stuff. It's going to basically, I'm going to use it out there for safety. So that means like weather, especially. So that is why I've got my Starlink. And so, but yeah, so I think you guys had seen my Starlink when this thing is still got a lot of downloading to do. And I still have to download my Axiom, which is nice because I'm going to be able to do that from the Starlink as well. So, this is Starlink. A Starlink Mini. And I posted, I think before, that I did, put this all on here with, this used to be an outboard motor lift, and I don't use it because I just have an electric motor and it's in parts, and so I just put it on the dinghy, just drop it over the side, using the ladder. So I've never used it with that. For one thing, I hate thinking I've got something hanging over the water with just this. So I just rather, use it for another reason. So I'm glad I kept it. So yeah, so it's wired down there, and it goes through the boat down there and runs all along the boat, and it goes all in through, it goes down in behind here, in through here, down across this area here, and comes out and goes back there to my electrical panel. So, a very cool thing. I don't use it, and, I've been using just my phone because I have, I'm paying for that. I might as well use it. So I use it with that. My tablet has unlimited and my phone has unlimited. So I just don't link my Starlink to those right now. I will be able to use Wi-Fi calling out there as well with the Starlink. So that's another safety thing. So I can, that's basically why I got it, is because I'm out there by myself, and it's either pay for a sat phone or pay for Wi-Fi. I don't know, sat phone is just as expensive, if not more, and you got to buy the phone and everything. And with the satellite, calling, I'll be able to use my own phone. And so that'll be good. So yeah, but I'm gonna kind of let you go. I'm gonna kind of so I'm gonna just enjoy the rest of the day, relax, let this thing do its own thing. Get a hold of Ray Marine in the morning. I already told Logan I want to talk to him in the morning. So hopefully he'll be the one that answers. There's a whole bunch of those guys that work at Ray Marine, and I will say that they are, and I tell them, whenever I talk to them, I tell them how wonderful they are and how, and you know, it's difficult for them to troubleshoot something with so much equipment that Ray Marine has out here, and not only from years past. I mean, they got equipment that people are using that are well over 25, 30 years old. And so the thing is that they have to do it sight unseen. You got to tell them what's wrong with the problem, and they got to help you work that out if they can. So they're really good that way. Very good. I told them that. So I always tell people if they're good, they're going to know it from me. I don't pass out goodness without, good cause. So they are well worth it. And then the other person that has been very good on my side, and that's Steve Brody. And he's the owner of Pacific Seacraft in Washington, North Carolina. And he has always been my go-to as far as Pacific Seacrafts are concerned. And he has helped me out tremendously through this ordeal of the autopilot. And without his help, I don't know if I could have made it. And then another person I just met, Glenn, he has been a good resource. He's a captain, and he is a charter captain, and he also transports boats. So he moves boats for you if you want to move your boat across wherever. He does that. So I have another friend that does that too, and she's out there doing that right now for somebody. So yeah, so there's been some good people that have helped me along with this installation. Some of them couldn't be here physically, but they were here mentally to help me, and Glenn came over and kind of helped me out with a couple little things that I needed where you need an extra set of hands. You can't be the only one. You have to have someone else hold things. And but I try to do it on my own. I try not to bother people. I try to do things myself, and sometimes that gets me in trouble, but I've always been that way. I want to do it myself, but and shouldn't be afraid to ask for help, right? Shouldn't be, but I just don't like to bother people. They're busy. All these people who have boats, they have plenty to do. They don't need to come over and help me. But anyways, I think I made this long enough, and I will combine it with the video I made today. I was going to post the one a couple days ago, but I think I'll just let that go and just do the one today. It has enough information where it's more complete, and we'll see how tomorrow goes with Ray Marine, and hopefully we can dockside this program, the autopilot. And I have to say one other thing. My two chart plotters, my old chart plotter and my new one down below, never could talk to each other. They didn't see each other. They didn't know that each other existed. Of course, I had an older chart plotter. It wasn't that old. It was probably 2000, I don't know, 17 maybe. But it just didn't recognize that Axiom 9 down there. They didn't see each other. And the only way they were going to see each other, and that's if I hardwired them together. And so when I got this new chart plotter, and I just booted it up, and I looked at the network, what it could see, and guess what? It sees my Axiom 9 down there, because my Axiom 9 could see this chart plotter. And that's how I kind of thought, well, if it can see this, maybe I can see it from the other way too. And it does. So that is going to be a big help, because I will now be able to control my autopilot with that chart plotter below as well as the chart plotter up here. So, because they will be on the same page. How wonderful is that? Yeah. So, all right. We'll catch you later. You guys have a wonderful Thursday evening. Enjoy yourself. Be careful. Be safe. And get out there and chase your dreams. No matter how hard it is. You know, if it was easy, then it's not worth it. If you've seen the challenge that I've went through to try to do what I wanted to do, and which was go to the Bahamas, but that's not going to happen this year, which I'm okay with. I kind of accepted that about a month ago, and I knew that it wasn't going to happen right now. So I'm still excited because I'm going back to Maine, and I'll be sailing up there in April and be headed up that way. So catch you later, and love you, and thanks for watching. And keep on watching, and start watching, catching up on the YouTube channels, because I'm going to try to, I'm trying, now that I've got some of this work done, I'm hoping I can get to the more of the media and the videos, and use the GoPro, and maybe even get the drone up, and practice with that and stuff, so we can get some over the water shots. All right, bye, catch you later, love you, bye.